Yep.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Bethany.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Come on in here. Oh, you know, traffic jam.
You're okay. I'll see you in 2 weeks, okay?
Okay. Come on in, I'll show you where we're gonna go. We're gonna come on this way over to the right. We're gonna go into the cafeteria. So you come in.
Yeah.
Chair right here. Today.
Yeah.
So I'm Beth Ann.
Okay.
My name is Beth Ann Frodo. I'm the office manager here. So I'm in my business. So what we're going to do today is you filed a request for administrative.
Okay.
So you disagree with not getting job coaching right now, correct?
Yes. I disagreed with. Yeah. They terminated my service. I didn't agree with that.
Okay. So what we're going to do today is just basically go over that complaint. So
Okay.
the way it works is, first I'll have you tell me your concerns and what you didn't like about it.
Okay.
And then we'll have Eric respond as far as how he came to his decision, to what the decision was made.
Okay.
Then I'll come back and ask you, did you want to ask any more, anything like that.
Okay.
And then what happens is we end it, and then I go back, review the case, all of your complaints, and then I write up a decision on what would the next step be, and does the decision that was made be held up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then I also read that if I don't agree with this decision, I can keep going.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct, yes, you can. Okay?
Mhm.
Do you know who Catherine Grace is? Okay.
Catherine Grace, and I worked with you years ago, but I'm Eric's supervisor now.
Okay. Yeah, I did have vested back in the day.
You did, and you had a successful, got a job, you kept it. You
Yeah.
had a successful closure back around 2012, 2013, something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just talk about the concerns you have. So talk to me a little bit about what was happening, how the decision was made, how you.
Well, the problem was that my services were terminated because I didn't want to do cleaning jobs anymore.
Okay.
That's what I was told.
Okay.
And I don't think I should have to do jobs that, I don't feel safe or be comfortable with,
Okay.
And the jobs that I want to do is like data entry jobs, which I was told I can't get because of certain legal things going on, which is pretty much none of their business,
Mm-hmm. So there's legal complications going on that the job coach said would be a problem in those positions? Is that
not the job coach, but Eric said that. And I don't think it's fair that I should, that my services are terminated and that, I'm being penalized for wanting a IT or like data entry thing. Especially, since the job coach should know that already, and she didn't stop me she didn't stop me from doing those kind of jobs anyway.
So do you mean the job coach to IT then?
Yes. Yeah, that's anything I would want. And I think if I couldn't get those jobs, then I think she should have said something,
Okay. So you feel that it was Eric's opinion that you couldn't do that, but the job coach
Yeah.
was.
And then there was some things about social media as well. And that the social media thing, I think, is, that should be up to the employer anyway. So.
So what impact were you told social media would have on your employment?
Well, I said that I was told that employers can look at social media and whatnot. And I've actually gotten jobs because of my social media. So, it can work both ways, too,
Do you use your social media as a networking Is that how you would think you got a job through that?
All right, so I have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's a YouTube channel where it's pretty much just like me, ranting just about, life and everything. It's just me venting.
Okay.
And I think it's a healthy thing for me to do.
Okay.
And I also have some music things going on too on there. And I do videos of me like going on trips and stuff too. But I think it's the ranting thing that I think might put some people off. But then again, I actually got a job because one of my fans on there got me a job by seeing my videos.
So is it the subject matter that can be controversial?
Probably.
Is there any subject matter that's off limits? Do you just pick certain ones, or?
It's just whatever I want to talk about that day,
So it's just whatever moves you that day.
Yeah.
To express yourself.
Yeah. There's also like some video game live streams sometimes on there as well. It's just pretty much just. I'll be honest. It's a lot of foul language.
Okay. So your concern is that the feedback you received was it would be a problem, but you feel that should be for an employer to decide if it's a problem,
Yes.
not the people helping you meet up with the employers.
Yes.
Okay.
There was also the issue of counseling too, and I don't think that's appropriate either. Considering that I was told this is a federally run program, and certain people
can't
go to counseling. Okay, so.
So you were asked to go to counseling, and you disagree that that's not something that's needed at this time.
I don't think it works for me. But
you tried it, and
I've tried it all my life. It didn't work. But I don't think it's appropriate for a federally run program to tell somebody they have to go to counseling. Because there's certain groups of people that that's against their beliefs. So can't really tell them to do something that's against their moral standards.
Do you feel it's against your moral standards if someone's asking you to do that?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Not in like a religious way or anything, but some people it is, But for me, it's just pretty much I don't feel like counseling works for me. So if it doesn't work, then I shouldn't have to go out and do something that I don't feel comfortable doing,
So when you started working with the job coach, did you always want the IT job, or did it start as a janitor and then went to IT?
I was doing like cleaning jobs just because they would pretty much hire anyone. That's why. Because I was desperate for a job, but it's like now I'm the cleaner. I don't want to be the cleaner, And I wanted to do like all my life. I wanted to have a job in IT, like some kind of computer thing,
Mm-hmm.
But like it just turned out I'm the cleaner, and I don't want that. And I should note that I am in the process of I am in the middle of getting a job doing IT now.
Oh, what are you doing?
Well, I'm finishing up with the paperwork, but maybe next week I'll be getting a job doing that.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do they have you do on that?
Just data entry stuff.
You found that out on your own.
Yeah.
Do you think there's services that you'll need to help
Um,
maintain it, or?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, even if I was even thinking if I can't get a job coach again, I might want to, do schooling through here, do some kind of training as well.
Is there anything else you want to hit?
Not really, no.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask Eric if he could comment on specifically how the decision was made.
Okay.
Specifically in relation to job coaching.
Okay. In the beginning, when I was with Michael, we agreed to use Jennifer for support employment IPP for that, and we agreed to that. During the time, I guess Michael decided to change his plans, and he had wanted to do some IT work or some data entry work. And community services and the job coach and I sat down and we had a meeting, and he still agreed to look for the cleaning job, and if they were able to help him find a job in IT, they would follow up with him. But during the time period, there were some issues with some type of interviewing from, was it the FBI or some legal issues? Did somebody interview you?
Oh, the FBI came to my house.
Yeah.
That was because, no, I'm not a suspect in that, so.
And, okay.
They just thought I had some kind of information to lead to somebody else, and I just said, I'm not talking without a lawyer.
Okay.
And they ended up just leaving, so.
So the decision to close his case at Community Services was based on his continuing use of the YouTube channel and his behaviors, and not willing to change.
Because what was the job coach saying?
The job coach was not really in favor of trying to find him a job as doing IT work. We met at the BETC,
Yeah.
and Michael was in agreement with it, that he would continue to look for the cleaning and the janitorial work.
Oh, I know. I never agreed to that at that.
Well, that's documented that you agreed to that. So.
I agreed to other jobs besides cleaning,
Okay.
like stocking or what's the other one? Animal care was one of them I was looking into, and yes, even the IT stuff.
Which community services just didn't feel they wanted to continue to help with him. To try to find an IT job because of the legal background that he had. He had a charge which was dropped. I'm not sure what happened in Cheektowaga. Can you tell us what happened in Cheektowaga?
Do I have to?
No,
No, you don't have to.
you don't have to. His position at this point is to
Which is-
present how he came to his decision.
Right.
So if you don't want to, you don't have
No,
to.
okay.
What he can do is explain how the conversation happened with job coach and that decision. If you
Yeah.
don't want to discuss it, we don't discuss it.
Yeah.
Which is why.
I wanted people to forget about it, really.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I even brought that up in the first place. And the thing with the FBI, I said that in confidence to the job coach. So.
Well, you signed a release, so they have the right to tell me exactly what's going on. So when you sign that release, they need to tell me what's going on.
No, I told her in private.
Okay, well, it seems it sounds like why don't you continue? It sounds like they were bringing it to you as their concern.
And they were concerned, they didn't want to have any type of involvement with that, and they felt like his goal, his current goal, which is the one he said was IT, was not a realistic goal at that time. So we decided to close the case.
Well, then I think the job coach should have said that when she was finding me IT jobs.
You feel she was giving you different feedback?
Well, I feel like when I was going to meet her at Spot Coffee every week to look for jobs, because we were looking for a couple different types of jobs: animal care, IT, stocking positions, general office work, stuff like that. And she's even gone on interviews with me to these IT positions, so yeah, I mean, if I wasn't supposed to be looking for that, I think she should have known about it.
And shared that with you when you were under the impression that it was moving along.
Yeah.
So that's how the decision was made. To close the case and community services.
So sounds like there was a meeting at one point to discuss
A goal change.
a goal change.
Goal
Was
change.
there another meeting after that?
No.
No.
When they felt that they no longer wanted to serve Michael?
But I believe they did call you, Michael, and express to you that they were going to close your case.
No, they sent me a letter in the
Oh, they
mail.
sent you a letter, okay.
Yeah.
So no one called you, just gotta let you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and it happened. It was actually after me and my job coach went to one of those interviews at the IT place, and I just got fed up because I got an email from the company saying, "Oh, we're not going to hire you," and I think I called up my job coach. I'm getting fed up with this, and it's just like I've been out of work for like 8 months now. I just want a job, and it's like no one's giving me a job, But I think if I get services back, I think I'm gonna want to do training, like some kind of training anyway. To be honest, I don't think employers want to have the job coach in there anyway. I think they feel it's like weird or something that the job coach comes in. I think that's why I was not getting jobs, to be honest.
You felt that played a role in the outcome.
Oh, not her specifically, but I mean, just because I didn't know what to do. I never told the employers, the interviewers on the phone that I was going to bring a job coach. So I don't think they really wanted the job coach in there.
For the interview.
Yeah. And that's like the the biggest obstacle for me is my social skills. So like getting through an interview is the hardest part for me. And if they don't want the job coach in there, then it's just like I gotta do this on my own anyway, So maybe schooling or some kind of training will be better for me.
Is there anything Mr. Furry wants to add in regards to what we covered?
No.
Okay. So then the next step is what I do then is I spend the rest of my day looking at this, reviewing the case notes, reviewing letters. And then what I do is I write up a summary. in regard to the decision that was made.
Okay.
And then next steps. And then I go over that with you.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna call me, or
What
are you
I
gonna?
typically do, I'm required to send you a letter, but I like to call you on the phone to go over it.
Okay.
Do you have your right phone number? You live on Elmwood?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Is your phone number 994-4067?
Yes.
Okay. So what I can do then is once I get this all written up, I can give you a call, so we can talk about it, and then I'll mail you a decision, and then we'll have the next steps.
All right.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. You got my card.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Thanks.
I'll walk you out. It's just a little bit of a name.
All right.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks.